to each and every one of us. I am Alkalim Jumlan, a Bachelor of Public Administration student. In this video, we will tackle about the budget making process in the Philippine government, including the stages it goes through in the Philippine bureaucracy. So, four phases comprises of the budget making process in the Philippines. Each phase is distinctly separate from the others, but they overlap in the implementation of the budget during the budget year. So the first phase is budget preparation. The budget preparation phase is commenced through the issuance of a budget call by the DBM. The budget call contains budget parameters earlier set by the Development Budget Coordination Committee or DBCC, as well as policy guidelines and procedures to aid government agencies in the preparation and submission of their budget proposals. The budget call is of two kinds, namely National Budget Call, which is addressed to all agencies including state universities and colleges, and two, a Corporate Budget Call, which is addressed to all government-owned and controlled corporations or GOCCs and government financial institutions or GFIs. Following the issuance of the budget call, the various departments and agencies submit their respective agency budget proposals to the DBM. To boost citizen participation, the current administration has tasked the various departments and agencies to partner with civil society organizations and other citizen stakeholders in the preparation of the agency budget proposals, which proposals are then presented before a technical panel of the DBM in scheduled budget hearings wherein the various departments and agencies are given the opportunity to defend their budget proposals. DBM bureaus thereafter review the agency budget proposals and come up with recommendations for the Executive Review Board. Comprised by the DBM Secretary and the DBM senior officials, the discussions of the Executive Review Board cover the prioritization of program and their corresponding support, the priority agenda of national government and their implementation. And then the second phase is the budget legislation. In this phase, it covers the period commencing from the time Congress receives the President's budget, which is inclusive of the NEP and the BESF, up to the President's approval of the GAA. So this phase is also known as the budget authorization phase and involves the significant participation of legislature through its deliberations. Initially, the President's budget is assigned to the House of Representatives Appropriations Committee on first reading. The Appropriations Committee and its various subcommittees scheduled and conduct budget hearings to examine the POPs of the department and agencies. Thereafter, the House of Representatives drafts the General Appropriation Bill or GAB or GAB. And then the third phase, which is called the budget execution. So with the GAA now in full force and effect, the next step in the implementation of the budget execution phase is primarily the function of the DBM, which is tasked to perform the following procedures. Namely, number one, to issue the programs and guidelines for the release of funds. Number two, to prepare an allotment cash release program. And then number three, to release allotments, and number four, to issue disbursement authorities. So the implementation of the GAA is directed by the guidelines issued by the DBM. Prior to this, the various departments and agencies are required to submit budget execution documents or BED to outline their plans and performance targets by laying down the physical and financial plan All right, let's continue. Um, sorry for the sorry for the inconvenience. So the implementation of GAA is directed by the guidelines issued by the DPM. Prior to this, the various departments and agencies are required to submit budget execution documents. And then, thereafter, the DBM prepares an allotment release program or ARP and a cash release program or CRP. The ARP sets a limit for allotments issued in general and to a specific agency. The CRP fixes the monthly, quarterly, and annually disbursement levels. And then the last phase is the accountability. Accountability is a significant phase of the budget cycle because it ensures that the government funds have been effectively and efficiently utilized to achieve the state's socioeconomic goals. It allows the DBM to assess the performance of agencies during the fiscal year for the purpose of implementing reforms and establishing new policies. And agencies' accountability may be examined and evaluated through number one, performance targets and outcomes, of course, and number two, budget accountability reports, of course, and number three, review of agency performance, of course, and number four, audit conducted by the Commission on Audit or the COA. So that's the four phases of the budget making process in the Philippine government.